your hands together for the CSL Dallas music team. And it's 10:30 a.m. Central Time on a Sunday, and you're in the place to be here at CSL Dallas, a spiritual community deep in the heart of Texas, connecting with kindred spirits around the world. And you're invited to explore or dive right into our powerful teachings, practices, mystical experiences, and heart-opening connections. And we have back with us today the fabulous Dr. Petra Weldes, who will be helping us create a life. So join us as we will learn to grow ourselves, co-create with the universe, experience joy, all while transforming the world one life at a time. So if you're like me and you want to get this party started, get up out your seats and join us as we introduce the CSL Dallas music team.
CSL Dallas, right here on campus. Beloved community, those gathering online, dialing in today, we are so happy to be with you this morning. What a beautiful morning it is. My name's Joe Tinker. I serve on your nominating corps as one of my responsibilities. Today, I'm also here as your platform assistant, kind of get everybody dialed in on the things that are up and coming at CSL Dallas. See some other people that have on name badges like this. If you see folks with one of these on, ask questions about things here at CSL Dallas. Get in the know, be informed, and also take action on the things we're about to talk about right now. Let's start together with our purpose statement. Everybody together at CSL Dallas. We are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives. And so it is. All right. Hey, volunteers make it happen at CSL Dallas, and we want to begin with a huge thank you to the volunteers and staff who created the Rockin' Appreciation Sock Hop Party earlier in September. So, special thanks to Cindy and Bill, Debbie and Randy, Carmen, Faye, Ryan, and Ty. We had a great time, and we had some great food. It was a blast. Thanks, everybody that participated.
And Twyla.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Food coordinator and preparer extraordinaire. All right. Are you ready? How do you know? I hadn't finished the question. You ready to give me $100? You that said yes, come see me now. Are you ready to go beyond simple affirmation and materialistic use of the law of attraction? There is such a thing, and it's beneficial. You're ready to go beyond and take your spiritual life and manifestation practice to a whole new level? Then the art and science of spiritual mind treatment course is for you. You discover in this course and practice the most powerful spiritual technology which can be used to create, to heal, and most importantly, to develop a deep experience of oneness with the source. Used consciously and creatively, this technology is powerful enough to transform your life completely and be an anchor to your spiritual practice for a lifetime. This is an online course, so easy to attend. It's Tuesdays, starting September 9th, coming up this week, through October 28th. It goes from 7 to 9:30 p.m. online. You can learn more and register at CSLDallas.org. And that, again, is the art and science of spiritual mind treatment. And come stir your creative soul and bring your horoscope energy to life. Whether you're a bold Leo, a thoughtful Virgo, a loving Pisces, or an adventurous Sagittarius, whoops. Okay, how do you go back here, Joe? Well, we have lost. Here we go. We're back. We're back. Sometimes these iPads, but if you print it out on paper, I like this technology. Sometimes it challenges me. This evening for you, this is going to be an energetic and creative evening centered around your horoscope, and you'll be joining Carmen and Nicole in what they're calling the Zodiac Sip and Paint Night. So it's a fun-filled night. It's on September 12th. It's from 8 to 10, and it's in person here on campus at CSL Dallas. So a couple great things to look forward to. Now for today, let's settle in this morning with our fantastic music team, Candy, Valerie, Willeen, and Glenda, along with our CSL Dallas band, Brad, Jonathan, and welcome back, Matt. We will also center with our practitioner, Avis Ives.
to the very truth and essence, the inside, the knowingness, settling into this core of certainty that life has provided. This oneness of all life creates everything and resides in all. So everything that is one with this source. It is of it. This source is for us. It is the truth of our very being. How good it is to pause and remember who we came here to be, who we are already. Life is not about finding ourselves, it's remembering the truth of ourselves, the truth of the self is this oneness that is creating and ever creating. Just breathing that in and allowing that truth to really be expressed as my truth and our truth itself. How good it is to know, how good it is to remember. And we simply say together, and so it is.
We've had some significant loss in our community, and we want to let you know, and we want to invite you. Some of you have already known, and it's already been made public that Fran Morgan passed away a few weeks ago. She and her husband have been part of our community almost since I've been here. Came shortly thereafter. They have been super involved, super supportive for so many years. And Dale was actually on our court council when he had to resign from the court council last year to take care of his wife. So her celebration is Saturday, September 12th at 6 p.m. And we certainly invite you to be there for that. We are providing a light dinner reception Here at CSL Dallas, we would like to have as many volunteers who are willing to participate in that, bringing food, helping out. Please put it on your calendar. Please, if you are willing to help out, see Reverend Faye. No, it's not right. It is the 20th. And I changed it 3 times to make sure it was right. Thank you for catching it. The 20th. We will continue to put it out in our email news. We'll make sure certainly that week, for sure, there will be a reminder that this is the Saturday. So it is the 20th, Saturday the 20th at 6 p.m. If you can help with a light dinner reception, we would love to have you help. Please see Reverend Faye. On Monday, our beloved Bert Hedden passed away. October 11th at 10:30 here will be his celebration. Again, we are providing a light lunch reception, and we would love to have your help and support on that. Bert has been he's been my rock for 30 years here at CSL Dallas. Deep and dear friend. Took the place and many times as a dad to my son. Some of you are new and you have not had the pleasure of being around Bert basically since the pandemic. Many of you are new and maybe haven't had the pleasure of his presence. So I just can only tell you that it's a big change for us. So, and we know that he is loved where he is now and on to a grand adventure, he and Fran. So his celebration, please put it on your calendar. And again, we will be letting you know more details, and we will be reminding you that week, don't forget to join us on that day that we can celebrate Bert. It's part of a family, right? Loss, birth, death, all of the changes that we go through in our lives. And we have been together for a long time. CSL Dallas has been here since 1961, became a full organization in 65. I arrived here in 93 and became the senior minister in 98. We've had a long road together. And so in the changes, right, we embrace our newest folks, we embrace our young ones, and we lovingly release those who are going on before us, because we are, in fact, one big family. So please stand and let's affirm that together.
Everybody get up on your feet. can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying, gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain, I'm always gonna wanna make it move, always gonna be an uphill battle, I'm never gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. I'm never gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah, there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, but I never really have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the keep on moving, keep the faith, keep the faith. It's all about the climb. It's all about the climb. It's all about the climb. It's all about the
Holy moly. Patrick Smith, everybody. That is what it looks like to climb. Thank you for being an inspiration to us all, Patrick. Right? Oh my God. And now I'm supposed to talk? Oh. Gosh. Woo. Right? What a that testament The song is so powerful, and you did it justice, Patrick. And thank you for saying, I want to sing that song. Oh my goodness. Yes, and this is what we're all about here at CSL Dallas. Transforming lives, growing lives, building lives, reminding ourselves of who we are and what we can do, and how so much of what we've heard is not true. Right? So we're gonna do a whole month, about creating a life. Creating a life, the whole month. Because we spent so much time in our spirituality, we spent a lot of time, and we spent a lot of time, looking around on YouTube and with podcasts, and it's about attraction and manifestation and being successful and growing things and creating things that you want. And it's really great, except that we then come to the point where we learn, the stuff it doesn't fill the hole, does it? And there's always something more that we feel like we need or want, because we have not recognized that what we're doing it's not about acquiring stuff. It's about manifesting a life, creating a life experience. And along the way, yes, we manifest things, we grow, we heal, we do all of these things along the way. But I want to set it this month in the context that it's all about this life that we're creating, because that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, is to create. And of course, you've all heard this. Life is a journey, not a destination. And yet so often it seems like we go from one destination to the next, right? When I get the job, when I have the relationship, then I'll be happy. When I've lost this amount of pounds, then I'll be happy. When I have achieved this goal, when I have this much money, then I'll be happy. And yet, those are all those moments along the way of the climb. Those are the various aspects of our journey that grow us, that allow us to express, that invite us to flex muscles we didn't even know we had, and that when we do actually move through them, give us opportunities to celebrate and enjoy, knowing that it's a journey. And we know in the science of mind, it is an eternal journey. It's an eternal journey. There's no destination like heaven we're going to get to, or nirvana, and it's going to stop. This is a journey that is eternal, and we continue to create and express more and more throughout this process. I remember first hearing about this and going, could I just get there now, please? Really? Are you kidding? And then it always felt like, okay, what they really meant is you got to the top of the mountain that you thought you were climbing, and damn it, there's another one. There's the next one. There's the next one. I remember that. And like, okay, wait, I don't think I signed up for this. I thought it was going to be a long, steady uphill climb into nirvana. And, at some point it would just, I don't know, I would feel like I had arrived. I'd arrived at maturity, I had arrived at success, I had arrived at something, and I wouldn't need to grow or learn anymore. Yes, we've all been disabused of that notion, haven't we? So there's this wonderful, wonderful statement by Søren Kierkegaard, and he says, life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. That was not what I was taught. I was taught, what, you got an A-? That's a problem you better solve. What are you going to do to get an A? What are you going to do to be successful? What are you going to do to make enough money? What are you going to do to solve that problem? How are you going to figure that out? Well, how? And of course I took that on. How am I going to figure it out? I got to figure it out. I got to figure out the next thing, and then I got to figure out how that's going to work. Everything presenting itself as a problem that needs to be solved. Now, this is the original statement, which I only learned actually much later. A mentor of mine who was trying to get something through my thick skull actually said it this way: life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. The mystery of the possibilities, the mystery of the potential, the mystery of who we really are and what's being called forth and how do we respond to those things, the mystery of it all. And I was like, no. I need to plan. I need to know what it is. I want some facts. I want some certainty that if I do my affirmation, do my spiritual mind treatment, do the thing I'm supposed to do, meditate every morning and every night and be nice to my mother, then it'll all work out. We're disabused of that notion too, right? We don't get rid of all of our challenges. That would be so boring. We stop making up one challenges, right? We stop having all the crappy challenges of projection and taking things personally and all that stuff. But life is still about growth and creation. And there are then along the way, sometimes there's a boulder or a rock face or a deep downward and a steep upward. Life is not a problem to be solved. So the very first thing I want to say to you in creating this life is I would love to have you expunge from your vocabulary, I'm going to figure it out. Because that implies it's a problem that you have to figure out, right? That's what you do. In algebra, you figure the problem. That's what you do. That's where that phrase actually comes from. Because it's not a problem. It's the mystery of the unfolding of your soul, the mystery of the unfolding of your desire to be and express, and what that looks like in this time of your life, in this particular life, right? And so allow it to be something other than a problem to be solved. So I'd like to invite you to take a deep breath for a moment and just ask yourself this question. Am I creating a life, or am I simply collecting experiences and things? Am I creating a life, or am I simply collecting, manifesting, creating individual experiences and things? Our life is actually a conscious journey to a greater expression. We're co-creators of life. We do not teach here in the Science Mind that you're here to learn lessons. Oh, you will learn lessons along the way if you're paying attention. But there's nothing that's saying, oh, this life is going to be about this lesson because you haven't learned it yet. Like what? Something out there has decided that? We don't believe that there's karma that you have to unravel. There may be things that you have to learn not to keep doing. But, right? Our lives are about co-creating. We are the place where the individualized expression of that infinite life is getting to experience creation consciously as we are engaged in it. So, regardless of whether we're paying attention to it or not, despite the fact that we may be focusing on manifesting things and experiences and promotions and stuff in our lives, not just material stuff, but, right, we're actually co-creating a life. And this co-creation that is inherent in the truth of who we are is a weaving together of these four things I want to just touch on today. It's a weaving together of our desires, our values, our relationships, and our contribution. So let's start with desire. We have a lot of, stuff about it. You should everything is fine. You should never want anything. Why would I do spiritual mind treatment? Everything is okay in my life. And desire, is going to be the problem. I want things, and we find lots of ways in which to not want things so we're not disappointed, all kinds of things like that. And yet what we know from Ernest Holmes is desire is the irresistible urge of spirit as you toward self-expression. This is the innate, essential self that you are seeking to express. Actually, the whole quote goes something like this: half-hearted wishing must not be confused with desire. We long for one thing today, and tomorrow our attention is directed elsewhere. That is not desire. Desire is that something which impels us to reach out and take our own. Take it. Take our own. This is the divine urge, which operating as law produces energy. And energy must find an outlet. This is why suppressed desire often produces discord and discomfort, and we know for a fact, depression. This means that legitimate desire is the voice of spirit in you, trying to indicate that the thing that you desire is already on its way to you. It is already an expression of your deepest self. This is the push. This is the push that causes people to climb mountains, to move out of the comfort zone, to continually express. And we know what happens when we feel like we're stuck, trapped, or in a box, don't we? Yeah. So here's a question for you. Oh, I want to hold off on that one. Here's a question for you. What do you deeply long for? What do you deeply long for? Not just to have, but to be. This is a worthwhile question. What do I deeply long for? Not just to have, but to be. And these are the desires of expression. Now, if we have a deep longing for sleep and rest, that also means that our soul is so busy trying to fit in the box and do what we're supposed to do that we're not listening. So rest may be the first thing that we have to do, so that we can actually feel this listening, feel this inner urge in our listening. I love this quote by Sophia Bush. You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. I know, isn't that the greatest? I love this quote. Oh my God, right? Because you create, you grow, you learn. You're like, and then there is another mountain. There is another urge. There's the next level. Like, okay, I got really good at that, but now I want to explore the next thing. I want to produce the next thing. I want to try the next thing. I want to create a larger life in that particular area, or in a whole new area, in an entirely something new, right? So we have parts of our life in which we really have, in fact, achieved mastery, and other parts of our life where it's a little messy, it's a little sloppy, it's okay. Right? That's why we have community. It can be messy. When we think about this idea of the desire, we think about what causes a seed to finally burst its first little shoots out. What causes a bud to finally open? Right? Something within that bud said, this is not enough. This isn't all of me. And then ultimately, it bursts open. The push from inside, the coaxing from the sun, and the bud flowers. Right? And the bush doesn't say, okay, that's it. You get the one bud. Oh, now the flower's dead. Oh, I must have not learned the lesson about how to grow flowers yet. Do you see? I love nature because you can just look at it and go, why do I have these thoughts when I can see? It just produces one bud after another. Some of them get eaten. Some of them are a little chewed up. Some of them maybe don't. They're too late and they get frostbitten. And it just keeps producing flowers, right? This is true for us. And I love this statement by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, it's this a really long, complicated paragraph as he is wont to do. So I'm paraphrasing Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he says, we're not talking about the desire of your appetite. We're talking about the desire of your constitution. Do you see the difference? The appetite, a little more sex, some good chocolate, the desire to get a promotion so people will like me, the more money so I feel secure, right? Those are the desires of our appetites. The desire of our constitution is to be ourselves and to share and to create the life that allows us to express. That's the desire of our constitution, right? And when we think about that, that brings us into this idea of values. The desire of our constitution is that inner sense of what fits, what aligns, what's right for us, which may actually not be right for somebody else, but resonates with who we are and what we think is important and the kind of life we want to create and the kind of person we want to be. Alice says this, the decisions you make are a choice of values that reflect your life in every way. Now, if you've ever done any values exploration, you know there are passive values and active values. And most of us talk about values that we say we value, but we actually behave differently. Which means that the values we say we value are actually passive values. And the values that we act on, we don't always pay attention to. So for instance, let's just take a simple example. I remember when I first decided that I was going to carry bags in my car and not perpetuate plastic. So I would put them carefully into my trunk. I would go to the grocery store, and I would walk into the grocery store, and I would go, shit, I didn't bring my bags. And then what would I do? Ugh, I'm not going back. It's whatever. What's my value? In that moment, convenience, feeling so busy that I'm so important because I'm so busy that I can't stop and go get my bags. Not wanting to look stupid, turning back around with nothing, going and get my bags and coming back in again. Whatever it is, do you see? It took me months to go, you are not living your values. Walk back out and get the freaking bags. Okay. Right? So I've been now doing that so long that I'm embarrassed and I feel guilty when I come to the door of any shop, not just grocery shopping, any shop, and I don't have a bag in my hand. It doesn't occur to me not to go back and get it. Because I value my contribution to the planet. And I can't just talk about it. Do you see? These are the things that we begin to examine in our values. Our values give shape and integrity to our choices. Without values, our desire becomes distraction. Then our desires are often about the appetite. I'd rather be comfortable. Oh, I just got home. Do I really have to get dressed again and go out? Really, do I want to answer that call? Really, do I want to do this or do that or whatever it is? Do you see? And I can't tell you how many people I talk to who don't realize when they're in a coaching session with me that how much they are valuing comfort and convenience over pretty much anything else. Thank you. Comfort and convenience. And so rather than dealing with the fact that, I'm not immune to this problem. And so then when I don't feel good about the fact that I'm not living my values, then I distract myself even more, right? Because then it's when we binge watch or we eat or we, do retail therapy or whatever our addiction is that we do to make ourselves feel better. So when values are driving us, then our desire becomes direction, not distraction. Direction. My value to make a difference in the planet gave me direction. Go back and get the bags. Make that your habit. Make it a habit to walk around, get the bags out, right? I had to learn to do that. Recycling. Then I had to make a decision to buy a car, an EV. We now have an EV hybrid and an EV, all of which are slightly inconvenient, but in alignment with the values that I say are important to me. Do you see? And when we don't have that, we have internal dissonance, and the life that we're creating is not harmonious and in equilibrium and in peace within ourselves. Not out here, but within ourselves. Because we ourselves can feel that we're out of alignment. So take a minute right now and reflect. If I ask you, what are your top 2 values? Let's take a moment. Like, what comes up? It's really worth spending some time on. You can't have more than 5 or 6 top values. This does not mean you don't value the other things. But you can't have those that are really, really that direct your life. Do you know that I was this old, when I realized that my entire life I've been driven by the value of family. I'll make decisions for my family over and above everything else. But I didn't realize that was something I value. You are my family too, not just my blood family. You are my family. It's driven my ministry for 40 years because it's a value that I have. And so over and over and over, my decisions are directed by it. I have a value to live my principles. I cannot stand up here and talk about these things if I'm not living them myself. I tried that the first 5 years of my ministry, and it was awful. I knew I was not doing it. I felt like a fraud, and I hated that I wasn't. And it was how do I say that? Realizing that I value integrity. I've lived with so much hypocrisy that I value integrity over everything else besides family. And so I better start walking the walk. And all that hard work that you are all doing, right? Doing it again and again and again and again, that we do to live our values. I love this quote from Brené Brown. Integrity is choosing courage over comfort, choosing what is right over what is fun, fast, or easy, and choosing to practice our values rather than simply professing them. Values provide direction, and when we live them, we are creating a life that's not just in alignment with spirit, but it is in alignment with our personal constitution. Not everybody's going to have those 2 values as their top values. An artist might have their primary value being the time and space to express, to paint, or to write above all else, because it's pouring out and has to have expression. Do you see? These values this is where the stained glass window comes in, Because the light is shining. The light is shining. It's pouring in through and as us. The individualized expression of spirit is wanting to express. But when it gets here, this is where the stained glass window comes in. And this is what then we shine into the world. And it's our stained glass window, our red, our blue, our yellow, the designs, the colors, the way that it looks. And every one of them is unique and different. So as we align with our own values, that stained glass window gets more and more and more clear. The colors get more and more bright. And there's no confusion. Somebody looks at you and they see the beauty that you are. Because all of this is being lived. That's what it means to create a life. Is to allow our desires to impel us and to live our values. And so we find ourselves doing this, and this is what gets us through the tough spots, right? When we value family, right? I'm willing to drive to Timbuktu with my son when he had an accident while I was still 100% working, back and forth for 8 weeks. Didn't even occur to me not to do it. Do you see? It gets us through the tough spots. Because we're living our values. We're creating a life based on the things that we align with in the truth of our being. It also helps us make decisions in the fork in the road. Forks in the road. When we know what our values are and we're allowing them to be a part of what we're expressing and creating, making decisions, this or that, become easier and, I don't want to say easier. They become more clear when we are clear about what we value and what the deepest desire and longing of our heart is. Right, so many of you have heard me say, and I'm sure for those who've been around for a really long time, that I did not put my finger on the map and say, I want to live in Dallas, Texas. I came from the Northwest and from the East Coast, trees and cool weather and mountains and topography and all of that good stuff. But I landed here and eventually became the minister here, the senior leader, spiritual leader here. I value my ministry and my work at CSLDallas so much, my integrity to be that so much, right? I learned, my affirmation was bloom where you're planted. Stop wishing for something else, wanting something else. No, this is the life you're creating. Do you see? We're creating lives deliberately, consciously, in alignment with the desire. I knew I was called into the ministry, and it became clear that it was here. No question about it. So to be in integrity, I stopped wishing or wanting or worrying about anything else. Do you see? The values provide direction as opposed to being distracted by how it's not good enough or it's not okay or whatever it is that we do. We all need relationships. Without relationships, we really have nothing. I don't know how people go through their lives without spiritual community. Honest to God, I do not know. I have a very small family. Maybe for you, some of it, all your relationships are your family or your friends. I have a very small family. Right now, in the U.S., my family is myself, Karen, Jay, his daughter, and occasionally I see my niece, Sadie. That's it. Everybody else is in Europe. But I have you guys. I have you guys. A lifetime of relationships. And it is in relationships that our values and our desire become, well, let me rephrase that. It is in relationships that we get to practice how we're living these things. Right? Our lives are created, in isolation. It is so easy to be a spiritually grounded person in a monastery on a hillside or a hermit. The minute we're in relationship, we're in graduate school. We're in spiritual, not 101, we're in spiritual graduate school, right? Because this is where we get honed. This is where we get to see relationships reflect us, they refine us. Our relationships are sacred mirrors in which we see the best and the worst of ourselves. And we can see, oh, that's what it looks like when I don't live my values. Oh, I don't want my life, I don't want to look like that. Oh, that's what it looks like to be in integrity even when it's not easy or comfortable. To have the courage. I remember watching people to have the courage to have the hard conversations. And not just, and be in integrity to say, no, that's not okay, that's not all right. As opposed to, oh, I don't want to rock the boat, I'm just not going to talk to that person again. Without relationships, we have nothing. I love this quote. I don't know who it's from. We humans definitely need other people to keep us human. And not so loftily spiritual that we forget compassion, integrity, and forget our values. Success without climbing over other people. All of these kinds of things invite us. The relationships invite us into the mirror of who we're being in the moment. And finally, contribution, right? Again, we know our spirituality isn't just to acquire things. It's not just to manifest and attract and get stuff. We are here to express. Remember, go all the way back to desire, the urge to express. And that is our contribution to the world, right? And that contribution shifts and changes in form over the years. Maybe even our values will shift and change over the years, and the forms will reflect that. Right? I had 10 years after Jason got out of the house. I was like, woo, 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 right? And then I spent 3 years raising my granddaughter. Shifting and changing, the forms shifting and changing. But to allow this contribution, right? Because family continues to be one of my overriding values. So when that was needed, that's what was needed. A whole bunch of decisions were made because that was needed. All kinds of things stopped being done because that was needed. Do you see? And so the contribution that we're making, it's not just a financial contribution. It is the contribution of our being. It is the contribution of our gifts and our talents and the very essence of who we are. Could be a smile, could be the way you answer the phone at work, could be finding a new expression. All of the ways in which we are expressing. These are the things that create a life. I remember when Michael Gott introduced me to this quote. The place God or Spirit calls you to is the place where your deep gladness meets the world's deep hunger. Do you see? It's not a sacrifice to contribute your gifts and talents, your life, to create a life that is full and rich and meaningful. It's not about sacrificing. It is about following that deep urge to self-express. Do you see? It becomes a circle. These things become a circle, all of which reinforce each other, all of which come together. The desire of life itself to be you, the values that are yours uniquely, the relationships in which you grow and express and live the spiritual principles, and the way in which the light shines as your gift to the world. We're not just living. We're not just acquiring. We are creating a life. Every choice makes a difference. So I want to close with this again, Ralph Waldo Emerson quote. We're going to close with this quote here. The purpose of life is not to be happy. The purpose of life is to be useful, to be responsible, to be compassionate, and to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. And I would add to that statement, and then happiness will find you. So I just invite you this week, notice where you are just living. Notice where you are focusing on thinking that if you get more, something more, you'll be happier. Notice where you are creating a life. Notice how your life is expanding because of that. And allow it to be a blessing, not just to you, but to those around you. Thank you. And I have one more thing to say. I meant to say it right on the top, but Patrick had me so weeping, I completely forgot. Oh my God. Huge, humongous, ginormous thank you to Dr. Tracy for August. Yes, just so grateful you were a part of it, and so grateful to you, Dr. Tracy. You bless CSL Dallas every time I'm gone in August. It's a good thing I'm gone in August, right? Thank you, Dr. Tracy.
Thank you, Dr. Petra. You can see that our greeters have come forward. So this is the time in the celebration where we get to live our integrity about how we keep the lights on at CSL Dallas. Many of you are pledgers, tithers, and regular givers. We bless you, and we're very grateful for your contributions. Everyone's invited to participate, though. As we do build the prosperity of the center, then it is reflected back and improves the prosperity in our own lives. Let's say our abundance affirmation together. I confidently
Affirm divine intelligence is guiding and directing all situations, and I am open to new ideas and new avenues of prosperity.
I know CSL Dallas and our community are guided and directed by divine intelligence. We are thriving and prospering as we joyfully accept our abundance, and so it is. So now thank you, greeters. As these baskets are passed around, there are multiple ways to give. One of them, you can take a quick picture of the QR code there and make an online contribution that way. It's really appreciated. Thank you to everyone. And let's also welcome all our visitors. If you're here online or if you're here on campus visiting for the first time, you are welcome. Know that you are loved. We receive you with open arms. Glad that you are here today. If you haven't already, we do have a free gift for you. Please stop by, see one of the greeters that you see passing around the baskets. There's also a table in the breezeway. You might find someone out there who could also help you. They'll give you a newcomer bag. Inside that bag is a Connect card, opportunity to fill in, jot in an email. That way we can keep you posted on all the great activities happening at CSL Dallas. And here comes more information for you.
No, yes, so somehow I added something in before, and it obviously didn't get saved, and I can't go to the next slide without this announcement. Somehow I made...
Okay.
And so next week we want to remind you, if you don't know, next week we have an installation to our spiritual coaches, practitioner installation next Sunday, 10:30 right here. We're going to be installing Denise and Janice and Daniel and Brenda, and there will be a cupcake reception afterwards. So I'm sorry. I must not have saved it properly. So I had made a slide. There you go. Put it on your calendar. Thanks.
There we are. Okay, good. We'll be doing that. And very proud for those people. Yeah. Very, very glad for the growth in our community to have the additional spiritual coaches. And those of you who are online, by the way, there's a Connect card posted in the chat. Please fill one out. That way we can keep up with you and keep you posted on everything that's happening. And now, do you consider CSL Dallas your spiritual home? Yes. Hey, a lot of you do. If you do, it may be time for you to become a member of our beautiful community. We invite you, join us today for a light lunch after celebration, and that's for those that are in person here, followed by Membership Matters. This is going to be a couple of hours with Dr. Petra, and it invites you to learn more about CSL Dallas and what it means, what are the benefits and responsibilities of membership at CSL Dallas. Then you'll become a part of our new member ritual, which will be towards the end of the month on September 28th. Then we will welcome our official new members into our community. So hope you'll be joining us today. You can do this online or in person with Dr. Petra and find out what your membership matters here at CSL Dallas, what it's all about. So after celebration today. Now, I would like to ask Denise Ackerman to come up and say a few words about a group that she is involved in and wants to promote for your information. Here's Denise.
Good morning. Okay, I'm talking to the women in this room. Sorry, guys. Do you know that we have a CSL Women's Circle? We do. And it meets the second Saturday of every month. Now, why do we do that? You know, we ladies like to talk. And we have been circling and gathering since time began. And so that's what we do here. We gather in friendship and sisterhood. We are the daughters, the sisters, the mothers, the aunts, the friends. I'm leaving somebody out. We're all those things, and we have things that we want to talk about. And sometimes our circle of friends or our family, they don't talk about things the way we do here at CSL. So to have a CSL sister circle means that you get to come with love, no judgment, that you just get to be who you are and have conversation. So the way it works is it's second Saturday of every month from 10 to noon, and then some of us go to lunch if they want to, if we want to, and we happen to meet, guys, at the same time as the men's circle meets, so just a little tidbit there. And we use spiritual principles and life. It's the best I can tell you. And we usually have a theme. And this month it's Create a Life and Reset. September is the reset month. So let's look at our lives and let's have some fun. So thank you.
Thank you, Denise. All right, couple quick notes here. Inward Journey. You may have heard this before. Inward Journey is starting again. This starts September 22nd. This course is a 9-month course. It's a deep dive into what you know and what you believe and how you're applying it in your life. This course takes everything you've learned and deepens it into a way of living, all the while examining your own life, your purpose, and your future. For those who have been studying science of mind for a while, and if you have at least 6 courses under your belt, well, this is the ultimate opportunity now to transform your life. It's a 27-week course, and it does require these prerequisites, so learn more and register by going to csldallas.org/education. All right, now, on our way out today, please stop by the Artist Corner. We have a new artwork display here, and it's done by Paula Holland, our new Artist of the Month. These are amazing watercolors. Please come by and take a look. They're perfect for any collection. And we will celebrate her a little more on an Artist Sunday, but she is here today, as I understand, so you can say hi and greet. Oh, there she is. Yeah, there's Paula. Yeah, so stop by, take a look at the work, and meet the artist as well. As always, it's lovely being in community with you. Now, let's join together now. Rise as you are able and join this fabulous music team for one more wonderful song as we sing it out together.